You're listening to the PRO Media Network. The next level in entertainment.
Let's go, baby, from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Hello, New Orleans. You're listening to the Sport Coma, your number one podcast on everything Saints and a lot more. And now, here's your host, Big Q and the guys.
Welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. And we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q and you're rocking with the Sports Coma, episode 395. That's right. 395, we're in the building. The podcast is underway. For those who don't know, we are the number one independent Saints podcast in the land, baby. That's right. Welcome to the show. And on today's show, family, I'm going to give a shout out to our new and established listeners of the show before we even get this thing going, man. Let's talk about the Saints Feed That Nation, man. Are y'all excited like I'm excited, man? First of all, I want to give a shout out to all the people that's been attending the live streams. If you want to hear the Sports Coma live stream, we live stream every Saturday at noon Central Time on our YouTube channel, PRO Media Network. Put it in the Sports Coma, just type it in the search box. It'll pull it up. Go there, subscribe, so you can catch the live stream when we do it. Live chats, live call-ins. We cover it all, man. Very intensive. Podcast today, man. We'll be talking about a lot of things. It's a busy day today. Day 4 of the camp. I got camp observations I'm going to go over with you guys, get you briefed. We're going to talk about one of the biggest moves today, which was the releasing of Meredith. Now, we talked about Meredith before, and ultimately, we knew when Sean Payton signed Rashard Matthews that Meredith was walking the plank. We pretty much said that. If you go back and listen to several shows, when Rashard Matthews was signed, I already said that guy's a slot receiver. That's what he does, and Meredith is in trouble. Seriously. And what happened today? The Saints released Rashard Matthews, cut him loose. And I'm going to play some Sean Payton. He's going to talk about that today, and that's another thing we're going to hit you with later on in the podcast as well. We'll talk about Meredith's releasing and other Saints news and notes, such as Theo Riddick leaves the Saints without a deal, but that's not a bad thing. The very productive running back, scat back from the Detroit Lions, came in. Everything was fine, but he's kind of gauging his options to see what other teams. He went to Denver, left Denver without a contract. We don't know where he's going next, but we'll talk about that in today's show. Saints signed a new offensive lineman, a veteran by the name of Patrick Omameh. I'm going to have to get this man's name together, man. I'm going to learn to pronounce his name. It's Mameh. I'm going to say Omameh. Oh, goodness gracious. Omameh. Omameh. That's what I say it is. Omameh. Patrick Omameh. The Saints inked him to a deal. Terms of the deal wasn't disclosed. We'll go over that today in the show. And the chump commissioner, Roger Goodell, is ordered to testify in a court, coming up in court, over this whole garbage time move that he did when he didn't have his referees to do the right thing. He should have pushed the Super Bowl back, made it right. He didn't do it. He just went forward. Matter of fact, he took 2 weeks after the call, ran away, wouldn't receive any calls, then came out with an interview, a press conference right around the week of the Super Bowl. All that 2 weeks done passed, all that foolishness and happened, and here he goes. He went there, totally didn't want to answer any questions, but his ass going to answer questions in court coming up September, and good for the young gentleman who's doing that, who's put that case down to serious Saints fans, put these people and hold them accountable. You just can't screw over the Saints nation. Been screwing over the Saints all this damn time. Don't make me get in my feelings, man. But this is the whole thing, though. The Bounty Gate thing, the Saints didn't get any picks back from that. Remember, they removed draft picks from us, took our coaches from us. That next season, we were supposed to really do some big things. We had Greg Williams here along with Sean Payton. That was a killer mixture. Next thing you know, we took Sean Payton out of the deal, took our coaches out of the deal, broke the team up, took draft picks from us, then sent the milquetoast apology way later because they didn't have enough evidence to push it through. We didn't get anything from that. Didn't get any picks back. We didn't get anything from that. And I despise that chump commissioner, and I'm glad he's going to get his comeuppance. And we have some shirts coming out with Roger Goodell soon. And we're going to show y'all that. But anyway, also, and the final thing is we have interviews from Coach Sean Payton will chime in today with his thoughts on camp. We also have a wide receiver. He's not Emmanuel Butler, but it's Keith Kirkwood. He chimes in, and second-round draft pick center, who my pick is to be the starting center. And on the team, Eric McCoy chimes in for the first time. You hear what he has to say. But anyway, without further ado, let's get right on to this thing. Starting off now, the Saints come into the camp, man, day 4. Going to hit you with the day 4 information first. And to be honest with you, it was getting real chippy. A lot of stuff was going on in camp. They had a fight broke out. I didn't say a fight, some fisticuffs between two players as temperatures flared. Trey Hendrickson and Alizé Mack got into it. But hey, man, it's football. What else can you say? But day 4 of the camp, everybody was in pass. I mean, it's time for the intensity to pick up. Trey Hendrickson and Alizé Mack got into it. They had to be separated by their teammates. Marcus Davenport was the main one helping restore and kind of get things together right there. Another play showed up, how physical it is getting. Kayvon Webster delivered a hard hit on Sammy Cobbs Jr. Those were among the many highlights. And then the participants in second down pads, they had a larger normal amount of players missing. Marcus Williams was missing. Nobody said why he was missing. Of course, we know what Mike Thomas is missing with his contract negotiations. Other players missing from Monday's practices. Latavius Murray wasn't there. Buck Allen wasn't there again. Defensive back Christian Campbell was out. He left practice. The practice field early Sunday, went inside the facility, didn't hear nothing back. But Buck Thomas yet to attend the practice. Buck Allen, something wrong with Buck Allen. Saints looking at running backs. Anytime they signed Buck Allen to a contract, 4-year deal they signed Buck Allen to. He came over from the Baltimore Ravens in free agency. And the Saints are looking at running backs. That's not a good sign if your name is Buck Allen. They've had Theo Riddick in, and now they're looking at Alfred Morris, who will cover that news later on in the podcast. All right, also keeping running with the practice, rookie Saquon Hampton, who's drafted in the 6th round out of Rutgers, filled in for Williams and had a pass breakup on one of the drills. Justin Hardy really starting to step up. You remember Justin Hardy is a converted wide receiver. And really been taking instruction from Marshawn Lattimore. He's really been taking a lot of instruction. Has made significant improvement as a defensive back, not so much as a special teams player because that's what he's really good at, but his position is a cornerback. But he has excelled once again on special teams and looking to land a spot. Hardy showed on Monday that he can be counted on in the secondary too. He had a solid day breaking up a couple of passes in both the one-on-one drills and team drills. And one of the best plays came when he ran stride for stride with Cyril Grayson on a go route down the sideline, and one of his best plays during the one-on-one drills came when he broke up a pass intended for Sammy Cobbs. Now, Hardy had 1 interception last season in limited time of action. Now, another guy, undrafted guy, speaking about is Colton Jumper, who made 2 big plays on defense Monday, including a pass breakup at the conclusion of team drills while starting linebacker. While the starters pretty much set with Demario Davis, A.J. Klein, Alex Anzalone, and Craig Robinson as the top reserve, the best spot for a player like Colton Jumper from Tennessee, prepares to trying to make his niche on special teams. Now, Jumper, Darnell Sankey, who's a practice squad player, Vance Biger, who was on the team as a special teams ace, and rookie Caden Ellis are all vying for that position. Now, looking at Jared Cook, one day of making a catch in traffic, Jared Cook did drop a few balls, but Jared Cook is showing once again why his ability to make a play with defenders draped all over him. This time, Cook went over and caught a pass over Von Bell, the smallish Von Bell. And Jared Cook, lanky, big, stretchy, can move out, get things done. This is excellent signing for the New Orleans, for the black and gold. Feels an immediate hole, a severe upgrade over whatever they had since Jimmy Graham was here. This guy is going to bring immediate production from the tight end position, which was missing. Despite the fact when the Saints went 13-3 with Mike Thomas, pretty much in Alvin Kamara, basically their biggest weapons. Now you add Jared Cook to the mixture. Look out, Saints offense. Now, early exit Terrell Williams, the big safety, undrafted rookie out of the University of Houston, left practice on Monday, headed inside with a trainer. Offensive lineman Derek Kelly also left practice early for undisclosed reason. Both those guys undrafted guys looking to try to break it in. And then some say the play of the day came almost just cut and paste Emmanuel Butler's name into the spot. Butler, the undrafted rookie out of Northern Arizona, continues to press. Once again, 4 days straight, he's doing it big. His highlight on Monday came when he reeled in a back shoulder throw from Drew Brees. Now, Marshawn Lattimore was defending on the play, but Butler made the grab and continues to be a sleeper pick, undrafted, to make the roster. Now, that's pretty good, man. Pretty solid play. That's some of this information is definitely coming by way of NOLA.com. Big ups to them. And just to be quite honest with your family, you look how the Saints have really been turning it up in camp. And this team is looking to make some serious moves. After the last 2 years, you can see this team pissed. The coaches are pissed how everything turned out. And they're playing ferocious. And need I remind you, Saints family, that the Super Bowl is in Miami this year. Where did the Saints win their Super Bowl? The last time it was in Miami, the Saints won. This year, the Super Bowl is Miami. I'm just saying. Could that be destiny, family? After the last 2 years of foolishness that occurred with the Black and Gold Nation, we'll see. Moving on to our next topics. We talked the other day about the fact that the Saints had in Theo Riddick, who came in for a visit. Now he was released by the Detroit Lions on this past weekend, but the Saints had him for a visit on Sunday. He left without a contract in hand. He went to Denver. He left without a contract in hand from Denver as well. And they're saying it's reporting Riddick didn't reach an agreement with the Saints. The team is somewhere around about $12 million beneath the salary cap, so money shouldn't be an issue. But what it's thinking is Theo Riddick, the very productive scat back wide receiver from Notre Dame, from where he collegiately played at Notre Dame and had all those great and productive years in Detroit, is that he's looking to see if he can get the best deal. So hopefully he has some familiarity with his former offensive coordinator who was up there with Detroit, Joe Lombardi, who is now in the capacity with New Orleans here again. So hopefully Theo Riddick can make a decision to come and play for the Black and Gold. Having his skill set here, pairing him with Elvin Kamara, and it just takes us over the top. But that's the information on Theo Riddick. Also, let's get into one of the biggest stories, man. Before I get into the rest of the other running back news, Cameron Meredith. That's right. Cameron Meredith, after 1 year with the Saints, is released. This was an utter disaster. I must say it was an utter freaking disaster. This guy came in, never fully reached his potential with the team, and the Saints cut him loose, and they released him early so he can find another team to catch on. But this was a terrible, terrible signing. He came with we thought this guy was going to come in and bring a lot of, he just continued to not, he just got hurt and never recovered from it. Just stayed injured, and he had terrible production. The Saints ultimately just decided to release him on Monday. Now, Coach Payton confirmed in the post-press conference interview in a corresponding move, the Saints signed journeyman offensive lineman I told you about, Patrick Omameh. We'll go into that in just a second. Now, following a breakout year with the Bears in 2016, he had 66 receptions and 4 touchdowns at 14 games. Now, Meredith signed a 2-year deal worth almost $10 million in April of 2018. He only saw action in 6 games. He ended up on injury reserve due to knee issues and had previously missed all of 2017 season with a torn ACL. And then pretty much this was a commonsensical move, to be quite honest with you. Really commonsensical move, because the team ultimately, Sean Payton brought in Rashard Matthews. That signaled in for Cameron Meredith. So this is not really big news. We knew eventually he wouldn't make the team, but I think Sean Payton cut him loose because they understand that this guy, let him get an opportunity to make it with another team, because he ain't going to make it here. You got Emmanuel Butler showing up. You got Sammy Cobbs doing good. You got Rashard Matthews in the mixture. This is a very deep wide receiver room, as I've said before, we knew Cameron Meredith would be one of the guys that didn't make the cut, and unfortunately, he did not. And the X came the axe came and it fell on him really early, but that's good because maybe he can catch on with somebody else and perhaps do something for somebody else. But anyway, before we get into the rest of our news and notes on the Saints, let's hear exactly what happened with Sean Payton as he breaks down this whole situation with Cameron Meredith. Here's Coach Payton.
Cam Meredith, so keeps our numbers at 90. Anything after practice here?
Coach, why the release of Meredith?
Just, the injury he had set him back, and then some of these younger guys now have just been, doing a good enough job, and it's hard with the numbers. It's unfortunate because, he's someone he's worked hard, he's worked his tail off, and yet, it was going to be hard for him to catch this group of younger guys that are competing.
Did he have any more swelling or soreness or anything?
Well, there's always that up and down, but he cleared and was, back full go, and it was still a matter of really us looking at the roster fit.
I know it's something that happened 2 years ago. Any regrets there about maybe signing a guy who really had some health issues?
Part of the deal. It's part of the deal. We don't regret signing Drew.
Sean, when you look at going into the draft and the plans for when you got a guy like Saquon Hampton and the vision you have for him, and then Chauncey Gardner, even though you describe them as safeties, it seems like they're two totally different players and what were your expectations? Yeah,
look, the versatility I think is important. Chauncey gives you that ability to play over the nickel, and I know he's a safety, and yet we see him more inside than outside, and Hampton clearly we see as a safety. So I think the versatility and their ability to learn and play several spots, but Chauncey we saw a nickel vision.
Sean, you're seeing more and more out of these guys at center in the rotations. What are some of the things you're seeing that you like, and some of the things you want to see them clean up on?
Well, look, just the overall consistency, the two new players, and then I think, under center snaps for McCoy are maybe a little bit more frequent than he's used to, and it's early though. I mean, we've just second day in the pads, so I thought we got good work in today. We hit a stretch in the middle of practice where it kind of lagged, and then I thought we picked it back up a little bit better.
That's Coach Sean Payton. Thoughts on today's camp, day 4. Observations on Cameron Meredith. Of course, you're never going to hear Coach Payton say, yeah, I regret the signing. We should have looked somewhere else. You're never going to hear him say that. So don't even expect it. But at the same time, you heard him say, I didn't. It comes with the job, and that's true. You got guys that you sign. You hope that they can contribute. Cameron Meredith, just one of those guys the Saints couldn't wait for. This is a win-now team. Perhaps they could have stashed him somewhere. Perhaps. But this is a win-now team. You got young guys coming here, and you have to make an impact this year. The Saints are in win-now mode. That's pretty much what this is. Cameron Meredith is out the door, and more opportunity now will be spread around to the rest of the young wide receivers and a veteran like Rashard Matthews, who I think will be a pretty damn good slot man for you. Anyway, let's get to our next little topic we're talking about. The Saints did pick up a new player today, Patrick Omameh. The terms of the deal wasn't disclosed, but the Saints making a move to bolster the offensive line. And what it does is it puts 6'4", 330-pound Omameh, who worked out for the Saints on Sunday, and provides a lot of depth to the team. Now, he's 29 years old. He played 67 games with 56 starts, mostly at guard in his 6-year career. Originally, he entered the league in 2013 as an undrafted free agent out of Michigan. He had stints with the 49ers, the Buccaneers, Bears, and Jaguars, and joined the Giants in 2018 and to a 3-year contract, but he was let go after starting 6 games. He rejoined the Jaguars later in November of 2018. But this is a young player with a lot of experience. This guy had played in 67 games in his young career and started 56 of them. So this is not like a guy you could say this is a camp body. The Saints signed this man because they might see value in him, real value in him. But what in my opinion, what the Omameh signing brings is trouble for Will Clapp and guys like that. Will Clapp could end up on a practice squad with this type of signing because the Saints they already committed money to Nick Eason. big contract. He plays guard and center. And then you got Patrick Omameh, who the team picked up. This could spell problems for guys like Will Clapp, who can end up on the practice squad. Saints looking at veterans that can help as they push on into this Super Bowl year. I'm just saying, man, if you can't help now, Sean Payton's going to be looking elsewhere, and that's what happened with Cameron Meredith. Anyway, before we finish getting up into the rest of our talks about the Saints, here is Eric McCoy to talk about his day at camp.
Not necessarily. It's just a lot of learning still, kind of like OTAs. I'm just out here competing, trying to get better.
Are you getting a sense of the competition and how it's going? I mean, I know all you guys are getting a chance to rotate in and out, but are you getting a sense of how important it is, I guess, each and every day?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so, but we're really just iron sharpens iron type deal. We're supporting each other, and we're just all really focusing on what we can do to help this team get better.
Eric, when you look at your technique now, run blocking, pass blocking, quarterbacks under center and the shotgun, just describe that now at the NFL level. What might be the most difficult in the transition?
Yeah, the most difficult thing for me by far has been my technique. In college you rely a lot on your athletic ability, and of course that's what gets you here. But with these guys, your technique has to be almost perfect. So that's been the biggest thing for me so far.
So what was the percentage gun snaps to last year, or under center? Were you under
It
center?
ain't. Yes, yeah, we were under center. Not a ton. I'd probably say 20% of the time. We were in the gun a lot more, but that hadn't been a huge adjustment. It's just a chemistry thing with the quarterbacks right now.
So the gun snap is something that you feel very comfortable with, right?
Yes, very comfortable with.
How much what does Drew do to help you out when you're there?
Yeah, he helps me out. Just mental support, really. A lot of the stuff is physically on me and that I just have to go do. But mental support, telling me things are going to be all right, is what you got to do when you're snapping it to me, just because we don't have the chemistry that him and a lot of other guys have.
How long does that take to develop?
I mean, it's really just a time will tell type thing. It's gotten better each and every day that we've been together. So we're just looking forward to improving it going forward.
Eric,
That's Eric McCoy. Thoughts on everything, man. He gave you a lot of information that did it. And McCoy's a smart dude, man. And I've already said that this is your center, Saints Nation. For the next 10 years, Eric McCoy, get used to hearing this name. He'll make you forget his predecessors, and I know that's a lot to heap on because Max Unger was one of the top 5 best centers during the time he played in the NFL, especially with the Seahawks and the Saints. But this what kind of man he will be in this Saint uniform, and with our excellent coaching staff, Eric McCoy is the man you need to look out for. Next story we're talking about is the Saints bringing in another running back. Of course, they brought in Theo Reddick. I was excited about that on the live stream. And also, now they're looking at bringing in veteran running back Alfred Morris. Now, for those who remember Alfred Morris, he's supposed to be coming in for a visit. He played 12 games for the 49ers last year, carried the ball 111 times for 428 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had 3 straight seasons of at least 1,000 yards rushing with the Redskins from 2012 to 2014. And obviously, that spells bad news, like I said earlier, about Buck Allen, Javarius Allen, the guy that they picked up from the Baltimore Ravens, who has yet to make an appearance in camp. Something's going on. They have not released information about his injury, but you brought in Theo Reddick, now you're bringing in Alfred Morris. It's kind of telling us right now that this could be an issue. Something's wrong with Buck Allen. So you're looking at Alfred Morris now. We just talked about Theo Reddick coming in, and this is actually a pretty good move. Alfred Morris is a pretty damn good running back. He had some injuries. He kind of fell off I guess he kind of fell off a little bit after the days with the Washington Redskins. He went, he played a little bit for Dallas and all this kind of stuff. Couldn't catch his groove. But the Saints are looking at Alfred Morris, kind of a power back with some speed, a little niftiness, very productive running back. I actually like Alfred Morris in the Saints system a little bit better than Buck Allen, to be quite honest with you, because he got some power and he does have speed. But Theo Reddick, I think, will be a really good addition because of his receiver skills and the fact that he can run. He's a productive running back as well. But we'll see what is going on here as the Saints look to add veteran running backs to the team, because obviously something is amok with Buck Allen. Now, I ain't mean to even rhyme with that one, but anyway, let's finish up on our interviews. Here's Keith Kirkwood, man. Everybody talking about Emmanuel Butler, Sammy Cobbs Jr., and now and other wide receivers, LaJordan Humphreys and the likes. But how about Keith Kirkwood, the guy who filled in for Mike Thomas while he's out handling his contract issues? Let's give Keith Kirkwood some love. Here you go.
Keith, how does this offseason and this training camp obviously feel different to you than past training camps?
Yeah, it's been great. Last year, being a rookie and just kind of understanding the playbook, understanding the way the game is played here in the NFL, it's a total different level from college. Everything's much faster pace. You got to be on top of your game. So this year, I felt more confident going into this season. Off season, just picking up everything I can from last year, watching extra film with me, myself in the game. Just tuning up the detail. That's the biggest thing, is making sure I don't make the same mistakes last year. So this offseason, I've just been paring my tail off every single day and just waiting for this opportunity to be out here and grind and have a great season.
Does the opportunity seem wider this year? You've been in the offense. You know the system. You've gotten some opportunities now working with the ones and those kinds of things. Does it seem wider this year?
For me, I think every day is an opportunity. Every day is an opportunity to get better. I don't look ahead. So like today, my biggest thing was to get better than what I was yesterday. There's that one thing that I had to work on, with if it's just staying low or making sure my base is correct when I'm blocking, just a simple thing. So, but when it comes to overall opportunities, I think, like I said, it's just every day wanting to get better, and then ultimately that goal that you want to achieve at the end will come.
When you're able to run X, I know you guys want Mike back, obviously, but when you're able to run X, how much more one-on-one time do you get to have with Breeze and the reps? How beneficial are those? Yeah,
it's great. I think the connection that I have with Drew is starting to increase. He's starting to trust me more. But it all starts back from last year when I would just follow Mike's footsteps. Mike was a role model to me. He's a great player, savage on the field. Even in the classroom, he's always attentive to detail. So me just picking up from where he left off, and then as soon as he gets back, it's like, he didn't skip a beat or I didn't skip a beat, because I'm just learning from the best in the business. So all the details and feedback that I get from him, it just helps translate me to be the best I can on the field.
Keith Kirkwood family talking real smart there. Learning from Drew Brees, all-time Hall of Famer. Kurt, and then you look at other things that he's doing. Mike Thomas, another dude he's learning from. Big-time moves. Learning from Mike Thomas, studying them, using them, just all the greatness that those two players represent. Keith Kirkwood is trying to suck all that up and incorporate it into his game, and nobody's talking about Keith Kirkwood like that. Everybody's excited about the other guys, and rightfully so, but Keith Kirkwood right now is in that position until Mike Thomas gets back. And the Saints, a little information on that. Right now, the latest moves on the Saints still negotiating. Mickey Loomis did say that he's encouraged by the fact that he thinks they'll get something done, which obviously they will get something done before the season and make Mike Thomas the highest paid receiver in Saints history and in NFL history so far, until somebody else get a deal maybe a little later on. So you know how it goes. And then let's go, family, into our final story here on this action-packed, jam-packed show for the Sports Coma. Roger Goodell ref set to be deposed in September over the Saints-Rams no call, according to the judge. Now, New Orleans judge said Monday that the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and 3 referees from the no-call NFC Championship game should answer questions about the game under oath in September. That's huge. That is really huge. Now, Orleans Parish Civil District Court Judge Nicole Shepard scheduled a disposition for Goodell and the refs during Monday's status. The judge also said that the disposition should take place in New Orleans. Rescheduling conference took place after Louisiana 4th Circuit Court appeal panel unanimously opposed Shepard's decision to allow a lawsuit filed by the Saints superfan Tony Lamont against the NFL to proceed. Now, this is big, man. In September, we're going to be keeping an eye on that crummy chump Goodell and what happened to these officials and what he really did. This is big. But anyway, that'll do it for the show. Thank y'all for joining us on the Sports Coma. If you like the show, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button. Join us on our live stream Sunday at noon Central Time on YouTube. From me and the crew here at the Sports Coma, thank you for joining us. Peace.
If you haven't heard the Sports Coma, this is what you're missing. Check out the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
On a Saints and Pelicans fan, so the only podcast I can get my fix is The Sports Coma with Big Q. The guy's intense, funny, and they always keep it real.
Check out The Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
Embrace Pet Insurance is more than just pet insurance. Embrace Pet Insurance promises to provide genuine support and certainty when your pet needs it the most. With personalized accident and illness policies, compassionate customer care, 24/7 access to veterinary professionals, flexible wellness plans, timely claims processing, and online customer portals, their values is what makes them Embrace. So, when selecting a pet insurance company as a partner in your pet's care, you deserve a company that has your pet's best interests at heart. Get top-rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Up to 90% back on bills at any vet, total protection, pet insurance and wellness, and dependable claims payments. Get the top-rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Go to EmbracePetInsurance.com. That's EmbracePetInsurance.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
Sports fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love, unique one-of-a-kind designs exclusively by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars shipped directly to your home. Join Fanatics Rewards for free to earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and for a limited time, get 20% off all orders. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Hit the link below and rep the black and gold today. Who that?
Do you need a domain name? How about a host for your website that can work with WordPress? Try Namecheap.com. They make registering, hosting, and managing domain names for yourself or others easy and affordable because the internet needs people. Namecheap is an ICANN accredited domain register and technology company founded in 2000. It's one of the fastest growing American companies according to the 2018 Inc. 5000, celebrating nearly 2 decades of providing unparalleled levels of service, security, and support. Namecheap has been steadfast in customer satisfaction with over 10 million domains under management. Namecheap is among the top domain registers and web providers in the world. They offer a full selection of popular and unique domains along with fully featured hosting packages, SSL security certificates, WhoisGuard privacy protections, and more, all at the lowest prices in the industry. So if you need a domain name or hosting or anything else, think Namecheap.com. That's right, Namecheap.com. Check the description section below for link.